chats coming in. From Masculine, where he says chivalry back then was earned by and reserved for women who displayed virtue, pure, noble, honorable. Women today expect it automatically, but don't realize that it is still earned, not expected. That's actually a really good point, Masculine. There's this expectation there, but I think it's earned. I do think it's earned, which is kind of why a little earlier when you said you're traditional, I kind of questioned it insofar as you're involved in sex work. That's antithetical to being traditional.
I think my views are traditional. I would love to have a traditional marriage with my kids and be a stay-at-home mom and cook and clean and do my duties as a woman. Given the choices I've made, I do know that that's probably not going to happen for me because of the choices I've made. My views and relationships are very traditional, though. In a relationship, I am very submissive. I do want to be led. I do want to be that stay-at-home mom and to take care of my kids and my house and my man.
Okay. All right, we have Lucas here. A gentleman offers chivalry only if it is earned in exchange for traditional ladylike behavior. Yet another of the seemingly 10,000th example of one directional modern-day female entitlement, solipsism. Okay, and then he follows that with, thank you, Lucas, for the messages. You're offering me your time. Do you have any idea what my billing rate is? It's Lucas charges, are you a lawyer? $1,250 an hour. No, I'd be offering you my time. Thank God, wife, I are Gen X and clearly see the world differently, but this is mind-bending. I think this is perhaps in response to you.
Chivalry's earned. So what you're saying is it's a first date, and how do I earn you just being a gentleman and opening the door for me?
That's a great question. The idea here is just this. This used to just be baked into the pie, used to just be assumed. All women deserve chivalry. But why? Well, because if you go back 70 years ago, all the women who got married were virgins. 95%, right? They were all virgins, they were all chaste, and they were pushing towards virtue. Now, let's fast forward here into modernity. Raise your hand at the table if you're a virgin. Yeah, now raise your hand at the table if you're not in a relationship. You ain't getting no fucking chivalry. What are you getting for what? What are you getting it for? What are you getting it for?
Basic respect.
Hang on, what are you getting?
She says basic respect.
Yeah, it's just basic decency and respect.
Yeah,
you have a lady.
Let me ask you a question.
Wait, hang on. If it's about decency and respect, I want fucking flowers and my dinner paid for too. Now,
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
show
sure.
some decency, some fucking
you're-
respect. Okay?
Is the audio lower, Damien?
That's just
What's the audio?
that's
But
like
I
a
also
feminine
believe
man.
in like respecting and loving your man, so I think that's a huge part of it.
Okay.
And then he earns
That's
the
fine.
respect, and you earn the chivalry.
Chivalry?
Chivalry. I
Wait, go
don't
ahead.
say that freaking word.
I deserve to have my dinner paid for me, or else she said that's a feminine man. What makes him feminine? Wouldn't that be more masculine? I mean,
No,
like, pay for your own shit.
No, I
Hey,
meant if
or
you-
and pay for my shit too while you're at it. Do it.
I
Do
said-
it now. Wouldn't that be more masculine?
No, I
Like,
said if
something?
you want flowers like a girl, then that makes you kind of
I
feminine.
think guys can get flowers.
Wait,
I've
okay,
gotten a
hold
guy
on,
flowers.
hold on.
Go ahead.
I think that in order for me to even want to earn your chivalry, like why would I want to earn that from you if you can't even open the door for me and give me basic,
Well, wait,
respect
okay,
and
but
treat
hold
me
on.
as a woman?
Hold on. Question for you, though. Hold on.
A lady.
Question for you. You're a porn star. Mm-hmm. Can we get splits going here? You're a porn star.
Correct.
You're a stripper.
Correct.
And do you think you deserve a guy to pay for first dates? And do you think you deserve chivalry?
Yeah, it doesn't define like me as a person just because of what I do.
I mean, it kind of does, though.
I mean, it doesn't mean I deserve any less respect than anyone else.
Oh,
at
I'm
this
not
table.
saying because you're a porn star, the only guys you're allowed to date, they need to walk up to you and smack you across the
I'm
face,
not-
and you need to tolerate abuse. But you're looking for something very specific, which is traditional, gentlemanly, chivalrous treatment. You're not holding up your end of the bargain. You're a porn star.
Well, I mean,
you're fucking other men
For
on
me,
camera.
it's not as surface level and simple as that. I don't agree with like every single thing to do with the topic we're talking about.
But to me, it seems like you want a gentleman who deserves gentlemanly treatment, a lady. I'm not saying this
Well,
to be mean, but you're a porn star. You're not a lady.
When I was in my relationship a few months ago, you know, I quit doing porn. I quit sleeping with other people, and
Okay.
I was exclusive to him, you know? So it just depends. You know, I'm a porn star, and I'm a stripper, and I'm single. Like, it doesn't matter for
So,
me
question
currently.
for you: if you were on a first date with a guy and he takes you go out to dinner, and the waiter comes and he's like, 2 bills, is there going to be a second date?
No, honestly, if I had to pay for my meal on the first date, absolutely not. That also kind of gives me like broke vibes.
Okay, that's so cool. Broke vibes. I'm just confused though. Why? Because you want gentlemanly treatment, but you're not a lady.
I mean, I've also paid for men as well, though.
Sure.
Like in my relationship, you know, I still paid for a lot of things. I don't expect the man to pay
But you
for
just-
everything either.
Yeah, but you just said if you went to dinner with a guy and he said, "Hey, 2 checks," he paid for his meal. He wanted
Well,
you
it's
to pay
just
for
a
your
bad
own.
first impression.
Why?
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to pursue that person.
So do you think would you be fine if a guy?
Because I would have multiple others paying for it. So why would I choose the
No,
one that
so
didn't?
here's the thing though. This is the portion that I grant and I agree with. Could you be like the most, and I'm not saying this about you necessarily, I'm just, when I say could you, I mean like a woman in general. Could a woman be the most degenerate woman ever, who's fucked the most men ever, who's a porn star, who's a prostitute, who's a drug addict, who's all these things, who's just like, who's a bleeding heart liberal feminist, like everything that is antithetical to traditionalism, to ladylike behavior. Could she still find a guy who's willing to pay for a first date? Yes. And I'll tell you why. Because
Absolutely.
one, there's a significant shift in the Overton window in terms of what is deemed socially acceptable. A lot of women do this through social pressure. Oh, you're insecure, you won't do this, blah blah blah. This is discrimination, this is sexism because you don't want to date a woman who's a porn star or whatever it is. But the other component is men do what works. And so despite women being the most modern they've ever been, despite women being the least traditional they've ever been in all of human history, you still to some degree find traditionalism and gentlemanly treatment from men. There's something hardwired in women. Maybe it's evolutionary, maybe it's biological. Men who are protectors and providers, you just hardwired find that attractive. And so men do what works. As a guy, even if you're dating a liberal chick, like it's not going to hurt you to pay for her date, even if she's like a crazy feminist. Like it's not going to hurt you, but even feminist women can still have traditional gender expectations when it comes to dating. So men are just going to do what works. They're going to do the most optimum thing. The reality is, even if you're dating, probably the best move if you want to get that girl in bed or you want to get her to date or you want to be in a relationship with her, probably the best move, the most optimum move is to pay for the date.
Yeah.
I'm talking on a higher bird's eye view level of do they deserve it? And I think no.
I mean, I guess it varies, and it depends on your specific outlooks. I don't know.
I think women, when it comes to chivalry, I can't say it, chivalry, confuse it with respect in a way. Women expect men to pay for their meals. Women expect you to open the door. Even when it's not necessarily deserved, I think we confuse it with we expect that from men, but we don't have anything necessarily to return for it.
I'm confused by this, like, I would almost put more respect on it if you're just like, yeah, I'm a modern woman. I don't really have this expectation that, I know it's still nice to receive these benefits, the traditional benefits. Oh, the guy does all the chivalry, he pays for first dates. Yeah, you're receiving a benefit. I get that that's nice and you want it. And there's still plenty of simp men that will do it. But if we're having a conversation about deserve, I don't see how a woman who's involved in the porn industry, you can still get it 100%. There's men, probably men who are like your fans. They'll be like, they'd love to take you out on a date and simp. They'd love to. They'll do all that shit. Do you deserve it? I don't think so.
Not in that sense. I mean, in a romantic sense, relationship sense, I mean, that obviously changes. And it depends if you're continuing doing those things that make you undeserving.
I can maybe
You know,
frame it.
because I'm a porn star now, but I could quit. And yeah, sure, I was still, but that.
But you wouldn't. You're gonna keep going, right? Like if a guy asks you on a first date, you gonna quit right away?
I mean,
you gotta be in a
when I got
relationship
into my
with them, right?
relationship, I quit within 3 months,
Yeah, but how long were you guys dating?
like 2.5.
Right. So like the entire time he was taking you out on dates.
I mean, he also
paying for your
pursued
shit.
me though.
Huh?
He pursued me.
Sure.
I didn't.
Yeah,
ask
that's
for
what I'm
any
talking
of
about
that.
though. You'll still get that kind of treatment. I'm not denying like you're not going to get that kind of treatment from men. I can sit on this podcast all day and talk about what you deserve or don't deserve. Like the reality is a lot of dudes are just, they're going to do what works, which is to pay for dates, et cetera, et cetera. But if we're like, I don't know, I could ask the girls here a question and maybe you'll frame it in the way you can understand. Like if a guy's a total player, and he's just dating a bunch of different women, sleeping with a bunch of different women, do you think that he deserves like having a girl who's like doing all this shit for him and maybe gives him her virginity
No.
just for him to throw her away?
No.
I would say he probably doesn't deserve it. So I mean, maybe that's a way you can look at it. Like a guy who's a player, does he deserve all your like? Even if the girl's not a virgin, let's just say she's giving him everything. Like she's trying to build towards a relationship, and he does nothing for her. He's doing nothing, and she's doing everything.
Yeah.
Does he deserve it? I'd say probably not.
No.
Here we have a message coming through from Masculine. Hey, Masculine, give me 1 sec. Yeah, it's lagging.
Maybe we deserve naps. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
It is simple. You are a stripper and a 304. No man worth their salt is giving you an open door. Opening a door isn't basic decency. It's earned. To the 40-year-old, you're cooked and a feminist. Do you want to respond to the cooked feminist statements?
I'm actually not, but see, like I don't agree with her lifestyle, and if I didn't think she deserved those things, I just wouldn't
Are you
date.
able to scoot a little bit just so we get you more in frame?
I wouldn't date her if I didn't feel like she deserved dinner or whatever. I just wouldn't date her.
Sure.
But knowing what she does, even though I don't agree with it, I'm not going to let the door slam in her face because I have human decency. And if you see like an old lady walking, are you going to hold naturally? Even I hold the door for old ladies and old men. So it's not, they're not earning that. It's just being a rude person. So I completely disagree.
I mean,
Wait a second. The first date is the getting to know you period.
Right.
So then by that logic then, if I was on a first date and you had disclosed that you had ever been on OF, I should just get up and be like, you're not worth human dignity. Fuck off and leave, right?
I screen people before, like I'd have a conversation with them.
But you're not going to know all this stuff, right?
I would know the basics of what they do for work before I go on a date with them. Yeah, you should be asking those questions
Yeah, not
to
what
see
you
if
do
you
for work, what you did for work.
to see if you want to go on a date with them. You
Yeah,
should.
but what you did for work. Like, you don't know, you're not going to know the intricate details of a person's past before the first date, usually.
I don't
I'm not
really-
saying that
Okay, yeah,
that
no.
wouldn't happen, but usually you wouldn't. So, like, by your
Correct.
logic, should I just get up and be like, oh God, gross, and just just like walk out of the room?
No,
Go
you
do your own
shouldn't.
shit?
That's rude. I would
could.
say continue the date, and then if you don't want to see them again, you don't have to see them again.
Well, wait a second. So the whole precondition you have for what chivalry is just rudeness.
Well, holding a door and stuff though, like
No,
you're-
hang
you
on,
guys.
let her answer. It's just rudeness?
I think it's pretty rude if you don't hold the door for a lady or an old lady.
How
or-
come if a lady doesn't hold the door for you, it's not rude?
Well, if I go ahead of a guy, I do hold the door.
Good. And why don't you pay for dinner? That seems pretty rude.
Because I only pay for dinner with my friends because it's friendship. If you're going on a date, I think the men should pay. You're on a date. It's not.
Well, I think the woman should pay.
Well,
Why is that rude?
Because I'm.
What makes it? Hang on. What I'm asking is, what makes it rude if I have the expectation a woman pays on the date? Why is
Because
that
you're the
rude?
man, and men are the protectors and providers by nature, and they should pay for the dates.
Also, if you're asking someone.
So wait a second. So my nature is to pay for your fucking food? That's my nature? What?
If you
I don't
ask to
see
go
why
on a
that-
date-
The
I don't-
nature of a man is not to be a pay pig for a woman's food.
It's
at
not a
dinner.
pay pig for. It's just dinner. I mean, if you can't do it, it's just dinner. I don't
If
see
it's
what
just dinner, then why don't you
pay
do
for it.
You guys act like you paid for dinner, that you did this like you're a hero or something. It's just
Hang on,
dinner.
hang on. So let me get this right. Hang on. Let me get this
Hero.
right.
Hero.
Let me get this right. I
Seriously.
just want to make sure I got this straight. If you don't pay for dinner, you're a rude prick because dinner's no big deal at all. I can pay for my own dinner, but won't, right? And you, by the way, should have no expectation of gratefulness because you act like you did this big thing by paying for my dinner that I demand that you pay for.
I definitely don't.
So how are you not the rude one here?
I don't have
would
that
treat my
attitude.
enemies that way. You know what's funny? If I had a POW in a camp I was running, I wouldn't treat them as bad as that.
Yeah, I don't.
I wouldn't have that expectation. If I had prisoners of war in my camp, I wouldn't treat them that rudely.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't
Bringing
go
prisoners
on
of war into
I don't go on a date acting all entitled and
I
stuff.
just,
Like I think it's.
I
I act like a lady on a date. Like I don't know. I act like a lady on
Hold
a
on.
date. I don't like. I don't come off that way. I don't know. I don't present myself like, "Ugh, you should hold the door. If they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. I just note it.
Exactly.
I don't say anything. I don't say, "Ugh, you didn't hold." You know what I mean?
Here, one comment before I have you come in on this. So I guess my question is, I guess to try to frame it in the final way that I can frame it, you're pretty socially liberal. Like, you're involved in sex work. Hello? Why does your social liberalism not extend to gender expectations as it relates to men?
What do you mean?
Okay, so are you feminist?
No, I mean, I don't
believe in
really
equality?
have like set like
Okay, do you believe
set
in
beliefs like that.
Wait, do you believe in equality?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. In your pre-show notes, you described yourself. You said you consider yourself a feminist in your pre-show notes.
I didn't say that.
Long time ago, you
Oh,
did.
me?
Long time ago, you did. Yeah, Jade, right? You said you
well,
consider yourself a feminist. Do you
I
believe in
guess-
equality?
Yeah. I
Okay.
believe
Do
in
you
equality.
believe in like lax, socially progressive, like socially liberal values? I guess.
I don't know what that means.
Are you fine with? I'm trying to think of an example here. I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example that's not going to get me canceled off YouTube. You're fine with transgenderism.
Yeah.
Totally cool. Like transing the kids or whatever. Like you're fine with that?
Like.
Like giving kids puberty blockers. You're fine with that?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not.
You're fine with like women just being totally immodest or engaging in sex work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same with men.
Yeah, men can do it too.
Either or.
So I guess.
Men do it too.
And I'm trying to reconcile your kind of socially liberal views as it pertains to women, but you hold men to rather stringent, like very strict.
Not really. I just think a lot of these things are like the bare minimum. And also, I mean, I don't have a problem doing them.
Don't you
as
think?
well.
Wait, hold on. Can I just turn this back around on you? The bare minimum when you're dating a woman is that she's not a porn star. Like, wouldn't that be the bare minimum for a guy? Like,
No,
she doesn't fuck
personally,
other men
that's
on
why
camera.
I quit when I was in a relationship.
But wouldn't that be the bare minimum?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And I
hold
don't
on.
agree with
you only
fucking
quit,
other people
but
in a
you only
relationship
quit,
and being a porn star.
But you only quit once you've already been dating the guy for 3 months, and then you guys have agreed to be in a relationship. When that guy goes on that first date with you, you're currently and actively a porn star. Whereas, like, your expectation on the first date,
I mean, for
bare
me-
minimum, he pays for the first date. I think most men's bare minimum is she doesn't get fucked on camera.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, like, you know, he was a male stripper, so, like,
Well, that's your past relationship, but now we're having a conversation about who should pay on first dates. You're saying bare minimum, men should pay for first dates. Bare minimum, women shouldn't be in porn.
well, yeah, and I don't disagree with that. In a relationship,
but you
no.
don't like. So if I don't know, 80-70% of women, bare minimum, the guy should pay for the first date. 80-90% of men, I don't know what the breakdown is. Their bare minimum is she doesn't do porn.
Mm-hmm.
So shouldn't you like be a bit more lenient? Like, oh, okay, I'll date a progressive 50-50 dude because I'm involved in modernity activities.
Yeah, I mean, it is all in circumstance. Like, I'm not super strict holding that guy to those expectations.
You said if the guy asks, the guy says 2 checks, so he's gonna pay for his shit. He's just like, hey, pay for yours. There wouldn't be a second date.
No, because it just shows that he doesn't have like the interest in really pursuing things with me. And when there's
Hold on.
competition out there, why would I pick the one who couldn't?
But what
pay
if
for
he
the first
says,
date?
he's like, hey, this is just my standard
kind of
when going
embarrassing.
on first dates. I'm really, really interested in you. Like, I want a long-term relationship.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, be my girlfriend tonight.
Yeah. Well, if you said that beforehand and made that clear that those are like the terms you live your life by, sure, cool.
So, okay,
I would have no issue paying for my first date if somebody,
But
communicated
isn't that why a guy's going on a date with you? Because he wants to date you? Like, he wants to be in a relationship? Like, he's
No.
just taking you on a date just...
I've had a lot of guys take me on dates so they could just fuck me after.
I was
Well,
gonna
there's
say,
that, sure.
Don't a lot of guys just
A
try
lot
to
of guys
ask
don't
people
have
out to get their pee-pee sucked?
Pure intentions like that. That's too surface level.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are your intentions?
My intentions when I go
when
on a
you're
date
going
with a
on
guy?
a date. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know until after the first date, right? Like, if it didn't go well, I mean, my intentions can change.
Okay. I do have to move it on just because we've been on this for a while, but we do have Lucas coming in here. Gal behind Brian, to answer your question, you know how my eventual wife got immediate chivalry from me. She brought me homemade Greek cookies to our first date. That was immediate wifey signaling from her. That's from Lucas. Appreciate it, man. Here, we're going to I'm going to kind of blast through the next few things. Gorlock the Destroyer. Ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't pick 7. Lucas, thank you for the message. Starting with you, rate your own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You cannot pick 7. Go ahead.
Inconclusive.
What does that mean?
I don't like this.
Okay.
I feel like I don't know how to rate myself, so I'd rather just not.
Question for you. Do you have a height preference in men?
No, I actually love my short kings. My ex was 2 inches shorter than me. I feel like dismissing a man because they aren't over 6 feet, they could be a really good guy and you just don't know. I really think it's so unfair when people are like, oh, I won't date a man under 6 feet. Okay, but what if that guy is like literally the perfect package? You just wouldn't know.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely have conversations about the arbitrary nature in which we reject people based on superficial things like height or like other looks related things. But I'm just, so you don't make, when it comes to picking, like, do you care about physical attraction?
Yeah, but I'm a demisexual, so the first thing
so the
is
brain.
Yeah, brain.
Wouldn't this just be a measurement of their IQ though? So you're
Their height?
No, their IQ. So like they lack a certain amount of like brain synapses or some bullshit. They're not intelligent enough. Like, in order for you to be attracted to somebody, they have to be intelligent. You would be like disqualifying men based on their intelligence, which I think, hey, that's fine. But you are able to make an assessment of like one guy's more intelligent than the other.
It's not like, it's not a meter of like how intelligent they are. I want to be able to have like interesting conversations, but
okay,
it's more so, do I connect with you on like a
Do
brain
stupid
level?
people usually have interesting conversations?
What is the basis of your statement?
Well, so you're saying like it seems like it's an IQ indicator because you want to have interesting conversations with them, and you're saying, well, no, it's not because
No.
I want to have interesting conversations. But that would seem to indicate that you think stupid people can have really good conversations with you.
What's your radar on a stupid person? Somebody that didn't go to college?
No, not at all. In fact, I think that the truly educated never graduate. That was a saying from my brother, and I think it's a great one.
I like that.
So, no, I don't ever base intelligence around the idea of formal education, which has become a standardization of lowering in order to get the most asses in seats. But I'm still going to stick by the fact that I don't think that you are having interesting conversations with stupid people. You would probably agree that that's true, right?
I mean, I would never look at somebody and call them stupid, so I think I'm kind of out of that.
I'm just
Yes,
trying
you
to.
would. You would
No,
never
I would
call
not.
anybody stupid. You'd never call a single person stupid, even if they're really stupid.
I
God, so
don't like to put people down. That's just my...
Have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
No.
No? Okay. So, let's see. Let me try to give another example.
Because stupid is such a vast thing. What is stupid to you? What's stupid to you might not be stupid to me, right?
Could you just answer the fucking question, please?
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you for that.
I mean, we have a really big panel. I want to like get to everybody. There's a bunch of more pre-show
I was just
notes.
responding to the
I
guy
know,
on the
but
TV.
The point I was trying to make is I'm trying to assess if you can like do rank ordering. You make categorizations. You can assess hierarchies.
What does that have to do with my personal rating for myself?
If you can categorize yourself, do a self-assessment.
But we're rating our looks, correct?
Yes.
I don't want to rate my looks. I feel like I don't.
Okay, that's fine. Can you? Like, could you?
I don't think I could, no, because I don't. No, I don't think I could.
Okay. Here, I'm going to come back to you on
The
that.
man in the TV is very disappointed with you right now. The man in the TV, the floating head on the television, knows that you can do this, and you're just kind of being difficult. Like,
No, I'm not. You don't personally know me. You don't know, like, my personal, like, backstory. You don't know, like, that I was in the modeling industry for 12 years and it destroyed my self-confidence. Like, I don't want to rate myself. That's just my personal preference. So.
Okay, we'll come back to it. Pull it back up.
you come back from that kind of trauma by rating yourself. Everybody knows that.
Then you
Exposure.
can rate
it's,
me.
it's exposure
You
therapy.
can rate me.
Exposure therapy. Hold on. Go ahead.
10.
10. Okay.
6.
All right.
8.
6, 8,
6.
6.
6.14. Also, I'm going to head out. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're. Why?
I want to smoke a cig.
Oh, do you want to come
That's so
back
real.
after you smoke the cig?
I'm really tired.
Do you want to say why you're leaving?
I'm
we didn't-
only here for a night, and I want to smoke a cig on the beach.
Which, okay. I mean,
That's all.
hold on. I mean, we didn't even get into your show notes, so do you want to stay until we get through your show
No,
notes?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really grateful for this. I'm just exhausted. Thank you.
Okay, you can take her seat then.
Oh, I like my seat because I can go to the bathroom.
Well, we'll have you join the panel. Hold on. Going around the table. Hold on, 1 sec.
10.
6.
1 sec, hold on.
Everybody here is a 10.
Would it be
Interesting.
easier for you guys to like slide down and
Can you
then
walk the door?
oh yeah, right? She could sit. Yeah, just might be easier.
You can, guys, you can keep on.
Hold on. I apologize. So, wait, can you take the seat?
We're all gonna slide.
We're just gonna slide.
No, that's a terrible idea.
Oh.
Stay where you guys are seating. You just take the open seat.
I don't know how to get in there.
Why would everybody slide that lid? Okay.
Because
This is why we need the fucking patriarchy. I leave for 5 seconds, and the 12 collective female brains can't. You want everybody to move a chair.
It's not. It's literally.
That literally makes no sense. The most
It's not difficult.
And then
the
she
most
has to jump over everything.
rational and logical thing would be for all of you to stay in your existing seats, and then for her to take the now empty seats.
You don't. You're not considerate. It's because you're not considerate.
Consider it.
You don't have consideration.
She has to.
I don't have
okay.
consideration.
No, you don't. Obviously not, because you're.
No, I'm literally. I'm literally.
Give me the thing.
Why is that stupid? It's not stupid. We're
Hold on.
considerate. We're considering her instead of her jumping around.
No.
We can just shuffle.
You. No. Hold on.
Okay,
Stop.
cool.
So, I'm literally like one male brain. This is a 1v12. And I just literally instantaneously was like, that's a terrible idea. Terrible idea. Why would all of you get out of your chairs, shift
We're
down?
not getting out.
Doesn't make
We're
any
just
sense.
We're
scooting.
scooting one
Scooting,
foot.
yeah, that's still a bad idea.
Why is that a
Terrible
bad
idea.
idea?
Terrible
Do
idea.
you have OCD?
That's so
not a big
no,
deal.
it's
It's literally
Are
not
you?
a big
It
deal.
It has-
seems like you're
no.
particular.
Well, I am
You have
particular.
OCD or something.
It has
You don't
nothing to
have
do with
OCD.
OCD.
This is completely within the realm of
Gaslighting.
reason. Look, if you have like I don't know, 12 people shift their chair versus one person shifting their chair, which one's more effective?
One.
One.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
I hear you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
W women.
I agree with you.
W women who agree with me.
Too many. I'm sorry.
W the women who agree.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's crazy. See, I'm with her. I'm with Jade. How are you gonna shift 6 people when she could? Y'all just stay where you're at.
I will say, in theory,
in my mind, she was gonna have to go this way to get on this chair. So I was like, maybe if everyone just.
Anyways,
Yeah.
okay.
Do you want this mic back?
Well, you guys are being ladies. You're being ladies. You were making it easier for me. You were making it easier for me to get into my chair because you were
This is
being ladies.
cracking me up.
That's all.
Okay, so, wow. Rage quit. That was definitely a rage quit.
Yeah.
Cool. Good times. Yeah, she was picking at her nails the entire show, so
I was
whatever.
hoping for a rage quit, I can't lie.
All right, I do apologize.